Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and it is time for the Quick 3 Tarot for Wednesday, December, I want to say the 14th, but let me double check that. Yes, December the 14th. Oh, goodness. The days and the dates jumble together at times. So here we are. All right, before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, also, all of the December readings are up as well. The general readings, the love readings, and the money readings. The general readings for January are up for all of the signs. I'm doing my best to start working on the love readings. I'm trying to get those done. But obviously I have tons of other things going on. I'm doing collective readings regularly now. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said all that, pre-shuffle energy. One thing that I picked up, somebody's thinking about getting a pet. How can I say this? If there's another person involved with the household, like if you live with someone, if you have a roommate, if you have a spouse, if you stay with your parents, whatever, that person might not approve of the pet. Just giving you a heads up. So if you're like, oh, I think I'm going to get this pet, and whoever is in the household doesn't know about it, when you tell them, just make sure that you have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. Like you have everything in order to say, okay, this is the pet I want. This is how I plan to take care of it. So on and so forth. Like you're really going to have to lay it out because that person doesn't want that pet disturbing what they have going on, if that makes sense. So yeah, just make sure you're aware of that. Other thing is that I picked up, someone may be asking you for money. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And you're going to say no because you're actually saving right now. You have the money, but you're not going to give it to them. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's go ahead and pull these cards right quick because I'm on a tight schedule. May I have the energy for the collective for Wednesday, December the 14th? May I have the energy for the collective for Wednesday, December the 14th? May I have the energy for the collective for Wednesday, December the 14th? This 7 of Pentacles keeps on coming out. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody's saving money right now. Because when I'm trying to put it back in the deck, it just fell to the side. I might just, I'm just going to set it to the side and put this over here. All right. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have 3 cards, please? Thank you, whatever this is. Okay. Thank you. And may I have 2 more cards, please? Okay, I wasn't exactly looking for that, but I will go ahead and take that. It's the way that they fell out. All right. Yeah. Some of you have been investing wisely. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, that's what that is. King of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. This is Taurus energy. That's why you're just not, okay, now don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you the energy. And it is what it is. I'm just going to come out and say it. Don't be stingy. Now, if someone is asking you for money and you're like, you know what? I don't want to give it the money because I'm saving for this, saving for that. I totally get that. And we all have free will. You can do what you want to do. I'm just a person sitting here giving you the energy and the tarot cards. But based off of the energy that I'm getting, I feel like, have you seen The Hobbit where they were talking about that king? And the king, because before Smog came and, took over the mountain. But the king of the mountain, one of the reasons that he fell out with everybody is because he was like greedy. Like he was just hoarding all of this gold and all of these jewels and everything else. And then he sort of just hauled himself up, and he didn't really, I guess you could say he became antisocial. And he didn't really interact with the other kingdoms, because his thing was, well, I have all the money. I'm the king of the mountain. What do I need anyone else for? We can make all the stuff we need to make, blah, 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 whatever. With this Seven of Pentacles energy that keeps on coming out, this is letting me know that somebody is saving and investing wisely, but also somebody might be hoarding money too. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And I feel like for some of you that you're taking control of your finances, but you might be a little bit too passionate about it. King of Wands energy. So fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And the card in the middle, which, like I said, whatever's going on, magic is happening. You're making it happen. You're pulling your coins together. So this definitely leads to this with the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm not saying you have to give money to everyone, because you can't do that. It isn't balanced if you do that. At the same time, if you have the ability to help someone, use your discernment and decide if you want to do that. But you don't want to be like the king of the mountain, hoarding all of this. And then when people are in need, it's almost like when the grandson, I think it was the grandson, ended up taking over. And then the people had just been attacked by smog. And then he was in that same energy as his grandfather, because all of that gold is there, so on and so forth. And then he was like, well, they'll be fine. Instead of offering them shelter and help, because he had the resources clearly, he was like, well, they'll be fine. They survived dragon fire. They'll be okay. So, and that's the kind of thing. I don't want you to be in that energy with certain people where you're like, oh, well, they'll be fine, because you have to step up sometimes. Like the old saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. You have two kings in this deck. You have the king of, I said Seven of Pentacles, but you know what? Four of Pentacles is what I meant, holding on. But like I said, there's no mistakes in tarot. How about under this King of Pentacles is the Seven of Pentacles? I told you. And then under that is the Chariot. But let's focus on this hoarding, Four of Pentacles energy, which is what I meant. So with this King of Pentacles, he's very good with money. This King of Wands is very passionate about what they do. But there has to be balance. Now, the third card is the Three of Wands, meaning your ships are coming in. That is letting me know this Ten of Pentacles energy right here. Everything you're doing with investing, with saving your money, so on and so forth, you're doing everything right. However, don't become the king of the mountain. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying give all of your money away. You don't have to be like old girl that divorced Jeff Bezos and is giving billions and billions and billions of dollars to charity. I'm not telling you to do all that. Even though if it's on your spirit, you have free will, you can do what you want to do. I'm just saying, don't be stingy. Don't be the king of the mountain. All right? That's your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.